welcome to TMZ Live. Wow.
Wow. It has been a morning on Capitol Hill.
I got to tell you, so the House has now passed the funding bill for DHS just before they break for 12 days. And this was an abrupt turn. Speaker Mike Johnson would not allow the House to vote on this bill that had passed the Senate. And the prospect was DHS was running out of money. TSA and others weren't going to get paid, and they were going to go on vacation. And so we kind of went a little crazy today. And we asked people, send us more pictures. We want more pictures. We were going to members of Congress saying, hey, if you're not happy with your leadership, if they're not doing what you want them to do, don't just bitch and moan. Do something about it. Get new leaders. And we were even suggesting ways. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Speaker Mike Johnson does a radical turn, and essentially, on a dime, this bill passes. So we get Representative Suhas Subramanian out from Virginia. And
what changed in there?
This is stunning.
Do you think like a lot of Congress people probably didn't want to be sort of photographed in their home districts, not away from the Capitol?
I think the work at TMZ had a big reason why people wanted to get this done before they went home.
Do you mean that?
I think so, absolutely. TMZ is changing the way we do things in Washington, so let's continue the work.
Wow, yeah, because like I was just hearing murmurings that maybe like, midterms are coming up and people are a bit nervous. They don't want members of the public to show them a Disney World and that sort of stuff. So that might have been some motivation to get it done today. You agree with that?
I think so. I think that had a part to do with it. People don't like going out to their districts or on vacation when they know that the job isn't done yet. So they wanted to finish the job this time.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you guys did.
Yeah.
I'm glad for everyone, who works with DHS, for TSA. This is fantastic. I'm actually shocked.
We're really happy for them, and thank you TMZ for covering us because this is making a difference.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I
think he's giving a little too. Really, the praise isn't on us. And if it is that pressure that made the difference, good. But it's not really us. It's you. It's you guys. Yeah. Because when we first said, look, we want the photos of them the last time when they went on their 2-week recess, and everyone sent the photos, it definitely, we know for a fact from calling, because every time we got those photos, we would call the offices of whatever representative it was or senator, and they were not happy.
Right.
They were not happy about those phone calls, to get those phone calls. So it has some impact. Now, whether it did on the vote today, I don't know. But
on a level, this just feels, if that's true, it just feels so trivial that it took that, because we're talking 75 days where it was just dead in the water. And by the way, and we should just say this no matter what, I mean, these guys went on a 2-week Easter break. And last weekend, they had a 4-day weekend. They're about to have a 12-day recess, and May 25th, they're going to have another 10-day recess.
So I know what you're saying, and look, especially around the holidays, that was a spring break. These other recesses, and we got into this morning with a congressman from Pennsylvania, Dan Muser.
Right.
And Charlie was questioning him about going on this recess. He defended staunchly these recesses. These are not like happy-go-lucky vacations.
And he got pissed.
And he said, there's a reason we take these recesses. This was his defense. And again, keep in mind, this is before the House voted to fund DHS.
When Charlie was talking to him, everybody was saying, we're going away and there's not going to be a DHS bill.
So here's Dan's explanation for the recess and how DC works.
Are you frustrated that you're going home with so much up in the air?
Well, a couple of things. We got to get done what we got to get done. We're likely to do DHS. We're likely to do, Department of Homeland Security.
You think you're likely to do that today?
That's what we're working on. We are getting things done. The Senate has some of its issues, which are usually related to Democrats, by the way.
You guys have the majority, and you're probably going to go home without passing DHS.
No kidding, we have a majority. We have a 2-vote majority, so that means we need 100%. And as well, you need 60 votes over there. You know that. Stop trying to kick things up that aren't working.
No, I'm just saying because I'm frustrated, and a lot of Americans are frustrated that you guys are probably going to go home on another break before passing this DHS bill.
We're going to do our best to pass it. And
the best, though. You know, like, I'm trying to be respectful,
and it's
but
not
it's just...
a break. You're not being respectful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, don't talk to me anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean that. I'm just frustrated that, you know, these TSA will go without pay.
I'm frustrated, but you don't know what you're talking about, okay? Because when you go home, it's not... First of all, we have conference calls, we do other things, and we work for our constituents. We got a lot of work to do at home as well.
We just want you to pass, like, this legislation, like, if TSA and other people are going without pay, and I get that you guys are going home to your...
to the Democrats.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was before.
Yeah, that was before. So his point is the recess is not vacation, that they are going to meet with constituents, which is important, and they have to do all that. And if that's what's happening...
Well, they're also running for re-election.
And they're running for...
Everybody in the House is running for re-election.
The biggest thing here, right?
Third of the Senate's running for re-election.
Because I don't actually think it's so much their uncomfortableness with being photographed on vacation. It's what it represents. They know that midterms are coming up, and if there is this feeling that they don't care about getting stuff done in D.C. and they are off on vacation, that's what those photos represent, and it potentially means getting voted out of office.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's what they're really concerned about.
I agree with you. I think a lot of people probably are fine with them going back home if they got their job done before they went.
Right.
And now it looks like they have. Trump said he's going to sign this. So it looks like mission accomplished, period. But wow. I mean,
took a lot to get there.
Look, I don't know if the photos really did make a difference, but it certainly had an impact on them. We know that.
Yes, we definitely know that from the phone calls.
Hi, I'm Mateo from Washington, D.C. Super glad the vote went through. I just want to point out about User that he kind of forgets where to put blame. There have been several votes that the Republicans shut down. Let's remember why they were shut down. The Democrats in Congress don't want to fund ICE, and ICE is being funded for the next several years already. They don't want to fund ICE before common sense rules have been put in place. And I'm talking things like ICE cannot enter homes without a judicial warrant. So they're saying, yes, let's fund TSA, but let's first talk about these things.
Yeah, that's
number
true.
one.
That's totally true. By the way, you got a picture of Lincoln in the back. We're going to be talking about him on the show today, too.
Lincoln, very much on the minds of some people in D.C. So we've seen King Charles and Queen Camilla doing a bunch of ceremonies this week where it's been very royal, as you would expect, right? Very highfalutin, pomp and circumstance.
Although, I don't know if you watched, he was hysterical.
Yes, it was kind of almost a roast.
He was good.
It was roast
when
style.
He said, we did some redecorating at the reconstruction at the White House in 1814.
His speech was definitely looser than I expected.
It was good.
But I don't think that we've seen anything as laid back as King Charles's interaction in New York City with Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart, I didn't realize this, but Martha and the king go way back.
Not only way back, she addresses him by his nickname.
I don't even know if it's officially, can't call it his nickname. I've never heard of anybody else calling him this, but
Martha did.
Martha can.
Are you going with Charles, with King Charles over with Chuck? Oh, I call him Chuck. I love that. Look how cool you are. Not Charles, but Chuck.
And he looks great, Charles.
Yes, he does.
Charles looks great, and Camilla looks fabulous.
Do you ever give them any house tips, any decorating tips?
They don't need it at all. I need it on them.
Can I just tell you how much I love Martha Stewart? I just think she is one of the most amazing people I've ever encountered. And she's, in her 80s?
I've never heard of anybody referring to
as Chuck
the king, or even when he was the prince, nobody called him Chuck.
Yeah, but actually Martha's getting some heat for this, you guys.
Oh, God.
Not just
in
for
the UK, maybe, not here.
Yeah, potentially, all on social media.
Right.
So not just because of our video of her calling him Chuck, which is not royal at all, but also she posted a photo of them together from this event. You know, they're there for this King's Trust Gala, a ton of celebrities were there. So her post of their photo together, she referred to him originally in the caption as His Royal Highness. That is not correct. that is something you call prince and princesses or their spouses. So then she went in and changed it
Did you know
to
that?
His Majesty.
I did not know that, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
HRH is for the lower level.
Yep.
Majesty is for the monarch.
Exactly. So she's trying to do some damage control here, but I mean, come on, loosen up a bit.
She's
This is
calling
America.
him Chuck as it is, so.
Can you imagine doing a picture of him with Chuck E. Cheese?
What if he wanted to go by King Chuck? He could.
I like it. Yeah. See, man of the people.
Letitia in Dallas. You know what? Martha Stewart is OG fab. She can nickname anybody she wants to. She's internationally known. She is fabulous. So it's okay that she calls him Chuck. He answers to it. So that's all that matters, right?
She is the best. She is a Royal Highness.
I wonder if she calls Snoop Calvin. Like, maybe she's the only one who can get away with that.
Cal,
yeah.
Coming up.
Singer David's attorneys pressed the DA's office and said that they want a preliminary hearing as soon as possible. What they got were the prosecutors laying out what they say is very damning evidence. How in the world does David's legal team mount a defense here?
Be right back.
Well, Singer David's attorneys pressed the DA's office and said that they want a preliminary hearing as soon as possible. They didn't get the hearing yesterday, but what they got were the prosecutors laying out what they say is very damning evidence that proves David is the one who murdered Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
It is it's so odd. I haven't seen anything like this because next month there is going to be a preliminary hearing. You don't have to request it. It's automatic that there's a prelim. So the prosecution doesn't have to say, we're going to lay out what we're going to show in the preliminary hearing. You just do it. And they laid out their case in a document that they filed called the prosecution's preliminary hearing brief, which I've never seen, but for whatever reason, they wanted to lay out all the evidence they had.
They laid out from the entire timeline from when David and Celeste first met, when she was 11 years old, right through him leaving his car on the street with her remains in that car.
So let's go through it.
Top to bottom. They say that the crucial part as it relates to the murder is that they say in November of 2024, they broke up. Celeste and David broke up. They were still in contact with each other, but they were broken up, and it seems like she was mostly back home in Lake Elsinore. Then on April 22nd of 2025, they get into a fight, and the prosecutors say they have this all in text. A huge fight where she is jealous about the fact that David is seeing other women, and she threatens him and says she's basically threatening to go public and reveal the fact that they have been in a sexual relationship,
which
he has been having sex with a minor.
Which she says is going to ruin his career.
Right.
And so that is for the prosecution's view, that's the trigger for what comes next.
Because the other part of it is that on the 25th, he had his first album coming out. So, fight on the 22nd, 23rd, he sends an Uber to go pick her up in Lake Elsinore. The Uber picks her up at 8:40 p.m., gets to David's house at about 10:10 p.m. She gets dropped off. This is the moment where prosecutors say, as they described it, he is lying in wait in his home because they believe that when she walked in the door, very shortly after that, he stabs her, cuts her, stabs her, and watches her, as they describe it, watches her bleed out, makes no effort to save her, does not call any emergency services, and watches her die.
Can I just say, I want to stop you on that, because he says, they say he watched her bleed out. That's a very specific thing, but there was nobody in that home, and that's an interesting thing.
It's the one sort of black hole in their story here, because to this point, they've not said there's any witness to that.
Right.
But at 10:30, interestingly, David starts texting, and they believe Celeste is already dead at 10:30.
Well, they also know the Uber showed up at 10:10.
Right.
So
and he stabs her, they say, and that she dies. At 10:30, he is texting Celeste's phone saying, hey, where are you? When are you getting here? as if to, and they believe this is the start of
it's a
his cover-up,
yeah.
right? 1 hour later, he gets in his car and drives north to Santa Barbara County, to a remote area in Santa Barbara County. He is there most of the night. They suspect he's there disposing of some evidence, some of Celeste's belongings. He comes home early in the morning on the 24th, plops down and does an interview with a podcast to promote his album that's coming out the next day. And then things get weird because he starts ordering some things.
Well, this is where it looks really incriminating.
That's right. This is when he starts purchasing items to, according to prosecutors, dismember the body and start to dispose of it. He purchases a shovel from Home Depot that he has delivered via Postmates. He, a few days after that, purchases 2 chainsaws on Amazon. He does so under an alias, another name, Victoria Mendez. They then say a couple days after that, he purchases a body bag, a laundry bag, and an inflatable blue pool. Now, this is what's fascinating about the blue pool is when the body was discovered and it was dismembered, there's a note in the autopsy report that there were blue plastic fragments embedded in some of the body parts. The forensics team by the prosecutors has now matched, they say they've matched those blue fragments to the pool that was put down to protect the floor where he was dismembering the body.
So a lot of incriminating evidence as to disposing of the body. So
never did.
What's going to be interesting here is, the defense is saying whatever he did, he didn't murder her.
Right.
And so that is what is going to be interesting. Are they going to say, yes, he dismembered the body? It's going to be real hard to say no. It's going to be real hard to say no because why do you have a chainsaw? Why do you have your body bags? Why do you have a shovel? So that's going to be hard. But we don't know how they're going to show reasonable doubt on killing her.
Right. We don't know. But again, all of this that they've laid out seems like they have a mountain of evidence against David. So how in the world will his defense team mount a defense when this ends up in court? Joining us now to discuss this, someone who's been on both sides of the court as a former federal prosecutor and now a criminal defense attorney, Katie Cherkasky. Welcome back to TMZ Live. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So, circumstantial evidence can be enough. Is it enough here?
Well, from what has been released, it sounds like these investigators did a very solid job of connecting all of the dots to this defendant, and it does not look good for him, needless to say. That started with the fact that the body was found in a car registered to him, so that certainly didn't help matters from the defense perspective. But at the end of the day, the prosecutors still have to prove that he was the one that committed these acts beyond a reasonable doubt. And like you said, it's circumstantial. There's not an eyewitness that says, as far as we know, that they saw this. However, the prosecutors have released very specific details that seems to indicate that they have put together a very detailed story, including very specific dates and incidents and Amazon orders that have brought it to this point where it looks like he might be backed up against the wall. But of course, there's always going to be a defense raised in any case.
Right. I mean, it seems what they have, Katie, is when you read the entire timeline, the entire story as they've laid it out, they have very specific details up to the moment that Celeste arrives at his home on the evening of April 23rd. And then at 11:30 on April 23rd, they know that he leaves in his car. But in between there, really the only evidence that we know of that they have is what the ME has said, what the medical examiner said, report saying that she was stabbed and that there were 2 wounds in her abdomen that were different from what you would wounds that would be used in dismembering the body. Is that enough? Because they don't have the murder weapon and they haven't really placed that weapon in David's hand, at least from what they've laid out here.
Well, there's a couple of different ways that you can defend a criminal case, or really any case. And one is on the facts, whether they actually can prove up these charges. Is there some sort of alibi? Is there somebody else that was accessing the Amazon account? Right now, all we know is what the prosecution side of the story is. The defense is going to eventually have to put on a case. And so perhaps they have factual rebuttals to some of the evidence. And then on the other side of things, even if there's really bad facts, really bad evidence, it looks like somebody is essentially guilty, there's still very significant procedural issues that can come up. And the defense can try to exploit some of those. So whether the investigation was done properly, whether his constitutional rights were respected throughout, whether there's any issues with the searches or the evidence that they obtained as a result of that. Those are all very ripe issues that the prosecution has to be very careful in any case to not step into, because then a case can be kicked or something can happen to reduce it, even though factually it's incredibly damning.
But we will see when David's side starts their defense. Katie, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie.
Coming up.
If you get me to do TMZ After Dark, Harvey, you got to come be on Wild N Out.
Yes. Oh! Wild!
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too. Did you just say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
TMZ!
How are you, man? It's good to see you. What's going on, Nick?
You guys know Rip Michaels?
Yeah,
What's going on, sir?
How you doing, man?
man?
How you feeling?
I can't complain. How you
All right.
doing?
Hey,
Excellent.
man.
Good to
How
see
are
you,
you?
again, sir.
It's good to see you.
Yes, sir.
I know you guys are, this is a big week for you guys.
There it is.
This is a big week for you guys, right? Or next week you're doing
Next week.
Netflix
is a joke.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
Wild N Out, merging with Netflix is a joke
That's
festival.
really cool.
Yeah, you know me. I always got something
No,
coming.
that's a this brand is so strong. How long has Wild N Out been
I created it
now? What
in
is it?
2004 when we shot the first pilot that I funded.
2004. It's
Yeah,
older than
it was
us.
on air. It first debuted
Our
on
show,
MTV, July of 2005.
Is that right?
So yeah.
I gotta say, because we've talked over the years.
Yeah, that's my man.
This guy is such a hustler in Hollywood that he just knows how to keep not following, but leading trends. Because we've talked over the years, and you've always done that. I got to say, I really admire that, man.
Man, I appreciate that. And that means a lot coming from you as somebody who's blazed their own trail, created their own empire. That's literally, that's not what I set out to do. I really set out to just give my friends jobs. You know what I mean? Like, I hung out with a bunch of comedians, and I had the opportunity where people were giving me deals and opportunities at such a young age, and I wanted to do something for comedians and the hip hop community, and it just, from that, I was able to birth and inspire so many things in platforms that now it's the norm. You know what I mean? Kids do it themselves and have cameras, but back then I was kind of like, you know, trailblazer, as you say, because I was the only one outside with the camera, only paying for my content by itself.
Well, they grew up watching your show, and that's what a lot of them are trying to recreate.
I appreciate that.
They're trying.
Yeah,
They're trying.
Speaking of kids,
yeah.
By the way,
today's a big day.
I wasn't going to say that.
Today's a big day. Do you know today is the birthday of your first two kids, right?
Yeah. We went and shut down Six Flags, 15.
15. So that's what I was going to mention. It wasn't that. No. What I was going to say is one of them is kind of getting on social media, and they're developing it looks like they're following.
Both of them. One's more into the streaming and the gaming, and one, you know, my daughter is just like she's using it as most 15-year-old girls do. Right. So it's.
But the son is. He's starting to be Dick Cannon.
People do say that. I mean, he definitely has an amazing personality. I mean, between his mother and
I didn't say you had an amazing personality.
We're giving it to Mom.
All right. That's all
right. He said he's starting to be Nick Cannon. I would think I had something to do with that, Harvey. But clearly, I mean, yeah, both of them have amazing personalities and stuff. So you'll get a chance to see a lot more of them soon, because we do, you know, YouTube together and TikToks and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, Mariah's always popping in on his streams and stuff.
That's hysterical, by the way.
Yeah. Like
Mom.
It's all genuine too. It's all real love.
So I know you're a very busy guy. You got a lot of different shows you're doing.
Yes.
We're just wondering, when are you going to pop in on the TMZ After Dark tour.
Yes!
Because we had,
You guys asked me to do that. My brothers were there,
Your
right?
brothers did it a couple weeks ago.
And they have their own show and podcast. They killing it too.
Oh, so good. And they were great, man.
I mean, we all got the same blood. Same daddy,
And
different mama.
And by the way, not just the After Dark tour, we have a comedy crawl it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Come on down, man.
You got me. Count me in. Let's do it.
Yeah, seriously.
What we got to do, we got to merge Wild N Out with the TMZ After Dark.
Oh my God.
Yes,
So if you get me to do TMZ After Dark, Harvey, you got to come be on Wild N Out.
Yes.
We gonna talk about them shoes.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that.
What are those?
That's how you start an app right there. Those are app starting shoes. That's how you start Uber.
Them the orthopedic ones.
You got them landlord pants. You see that landlord pants?
I need my money.
Okay, stop.
You need comfortable heels when you do your rent money. You gotta raise up. I need all of it.
All of it.
Okay, I surrender. Thanks, guys.
Love it.
Thanks. Hey, man, you guys have a great so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Oh, keep going.
Hey, don't get him started. May 9th. That's Filthy All the Jokes.
Netflix is a joke festival. You got to check them out.
Coming up.
So, we got AOC out. And we asked her a bunch of things. But one of the things that, is really interesting is, will there be a female president or a gay president first? Which one will come first? We posed it to her. She gave us more than we thought.
Be right back.
As a member of the LGBTQ community, I think I'm going to start this.
All right.
Okay?
Welcome
back to TMZ Live. We got AOC out. And we asked her a bunch of things. But one of the things that, is really interesting is, will there be a female president or a gay president first? Which one will come first?
I think this was a brilliant question to bring to her because there are a lot of people who feel that
she's going to run
presidential aspirations.
She may be running in 2028.
Exactly.
And she may be running against Pete Buttigieg.
Right.
And so
to get the Democratic nomination.
Yeah.
Right.
So we posed it to her. She gave us more than we thought.
What do you think we're going to have first? Are we going to have a female president first or a gay president?
Oh, well, we don't know if we've already had a gay president.
Hey, that's true.
I think there are chances that maybe we have, but I don't know.
If you had to guess, what do you think we'll have first? Because a lot of people are like, we tried female candidates a couple times in a row. Yeah. They didn't work out. So like Democrats are now a little bit hesitant about doing it again.
I mean, honestly, I think anything can happen. I don't really buy into the skepticism. A man has lost almost every presidential election as well. And so when it comes to women, I think it's more about what we're actually fighting for, right? As opposed to the body that we're in.
Well, you can't say a man has lost every election because a man has also won every election.
Right. I have an update to this story, actually.
Really?
The Republican Party has reposted our video of the interview of AOC with a picture of Barack Obama.
Oh, God.
Has asked if she believes whether a female...
Oh, come on.
Who reposted this?
The Republican Party did.
Are you serious?
Oh, my gosh.
And they are, it seems like, jokingly, I think, openly speculating whether or not Barack Obama might be the first gay president.
That's not ridiculous.
Certainly not what she was referring to.
There are two presidents, one in particular, where I've read a lot of books on Abraham Lincoln. He's, to me, the great hero of America. And when you read these books, there is a lot of smoke there that he may well have, whether he's gay or bisexual, I don't know, but there's a guy named Joshua Speed who was a very close friend of his over many, many years, and there was a lot of speculation about that. There have been documentaries on that. Also, President Buchanan, who preceded.
You were telling me Thomas Jefferson all those years.
I never said Thomas Jefferson.
All those years in France,
That he didn't just dabble?
Yeah.
What, college?
Might have been in college.
France was like college
right.
then.
So,
yes, I mean, and I've seen some of
they
these
really
documentaries
put
about.
Up there. I have not said
is.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's
kind of funny. I
It's
know.
funny trolling.
He would laugh at that.
Yes.
I think it's kind of fabulous.
Hi, it's Akil coming from Brooklyn, New York. I think that there definitely have been multiple gay presidents, probably because queer people have existed throughout history in all corners of the world, despite our government's attempt to erase their existence. But I think the reality is, though, that if we do have an openly gay guy president, he'll probably be Republican.
We don't know. I mean, listen, Pete Buttigieg is openly gay, and he's running, and as a matter of fact, leading some polls.
Yeah.
So we will see.
Now, by the way, it's just real quick on the Joshua Speed, Abraham Lincoln thing. I've seen some documentaries where they go like, well, it was common back then for men to sleep to share a bed.
That's right. It's true. I mean, it's not just that. I mean, there are letters, there are other things, and it's not clear, and there are some people who say it's BS and some people say it's true. But it's interesting, and the books on Lincoln are great.
It seems like this would be the time to do it. Bring back The Apprentice. Would it be successful? And who would you do it with?
Well, yeah, casting is everything. So
casting is everything.
Then the question, who would the host of The Apprentice be that would be something that would draw an audience?
Right. And there is a report in the Wall Street Journal that says there have been discussions about bringing it back and potentially with Don Jr.
It would be, I would think that NBC would jump at that because it's all about casting. And, you know, The Apprentice is what propelled Trump to win the election. I mean, it really made him famous that way.
I'm not sure it would air on NBC because now Amazon owns the
IP.
IP.
It would be Amazon.
Amazon purchased it when they bought MGM.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
More likely that Don Jr. would be the host. More likely that Don Jr. would be the host.
Yes. And this discussion, the backdrop of all this is that Amazon produced the Melania documentary.
Right.
And so the Wall Street Journal
makes a
article
ton of
is
sense.
Basically saying that this would be another way for them to curry favor with the administration.
And pay Don $40 million to host the show.
So, look, I'm sure that there are discussions going on. I believe that. I don't know how far down the road they are.
Yeah, I mean, people close to Don are claiming that they learned about it when the Wall Street Journal published it, which I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, could be true. But then also, wouldn't Wall Street Journal have reached out and said, hey, what do you make of this? But that is what his side is claiming. Now, we know Don is planning a wedding, but also, what would Amazon offer him to do this? If it's a big paycheck, why would he say no?
That's the bottom line.
No,
there's no way that
so they
Don
can claim right now he doesn't know anything about it.
It
but
has nothing to do with money. They are rolling in money. They have made so much money in the last year and a half.
Of course, but do you really think that Don Jr. is going to just walk away from the right number?
Can I tell you?
If he hears a number,
can I tell you why?
He's going to do it.
First of all, I think Bezos will pay him anything. But Don Jr., there's been talk about Don Jr. actually running for president at some point in the future. And he's looking at his father, and he realizes it's The Apprentice that made him kind of a national figure.
Exactly.
So it's not so much the money, because he doesn't need that.
Right.
But certainly
As
the
a
exposure.
vehicle.
Yes. That's why.
It is Jamie in Chicago, and I think this is crazy. I don't particularly think that Don Jr. is like a charismatic host, but it's also giving Succession. So are we really calling it The Apprentice? We should call it Succession.
Oh, what a good idea.
Coming up.
So our boy Jacob, he's already gotten himself into a bit of trouble in Washington.
Maybe I'll show you around town.
Okay.
Maybe we go on a date.
Be right back.
So our boy Jacob in D.C.
Mr. Jacob Wasserman, please.
I suppose I should give him that respect.
Look at his business card. I mean,
know.
If that doesn't demand respect.
And his Disney jacket. So he's already gotten himself into a bit of trouble in Washington. Jacob tweeted a couple of nights ago that he wanted to know where a young professional like him could get a haircut. And he got an answer from none other than Senator Katie Britz from Alabama.
Yes.
She recommended the Senate barbershop. Jacob went. Look what happened in the halls of Congress the day after.
Senator Britt.
Jacob!
Haircut?
Do we do a full spin?
All right,
a full spin.
Here.
A full spin.
Here, well, you gotta film me, please, a full spin.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice.
Senate barber. That's the Senate barber.
Are you impressed?
Hey, I have to say it was a great recommendation, so I wanted to say thank you very much.
You got it. You got it.
Do you think I look ballroom ready?
I think so. And the spin was good too. Like when you go back and watch this, you're gonna see you've got some real moves. Okay. Right?
I think so too.
I think, and I'll be thinking about other things that we can send you because I've also been looking at your food.
Yes.
You're putting nice photos out, making me want to go.
It's like a guy's just trying to like compliment, you know? And also, it's a joke. I know these places are popular. Everyone's taking me way too seriously.
I love it. I love it. No. You don't understand. Like people, like we come up and then we work nonstop, which we should, and then we, head home and want to, see our families and go do the stuff in the state. So we don't actually get to go to cool places like you're showing. So I'm like kind of getting a window into DC.
I'm showing you DC.
Yes.
Well, how about this? Maybe I'll show you around town.
Okay.
Maybe we go on a date and I show you around town.
I would love to see DC through.
Wow.
Okay. Hold on. Flag on the play. Party foul. What is Jacob doing? First of all, Senator Britt is married.
Not just married to a 9-foot-tall guy.
Yes.
He's a former
player.
NFL lineman, 6'8", 300 pounds.
Who would crush Jacob with his thumb.
But not only that, my favorite part of this thing is you wrote this whole thing like possible hot date. Jacob also has a girlfriend. You never wanted to mention that in there?
Well, Jacob said he may have to open things up.
No, stop it. He did not say that.
He said it as a joke.
He was joking. By the way, no, thank you, Senator Britt, for giving him the recommendation. It turns out the prices are decent. Jacob said it was $40
for the haircut.
$40 for the haircut. As to how good it was, the haircut,
I
couldn't really tell.
No, I could. He did a little pirouette, and I think it looked good.
Why is he wearing a Disney jacket?
He's wearing a Disney jacket.
Throwing me off.
I think it's his good luck
It's like a Disney Letterman jacket.
I know.
I don't understand.
Our guys in DC, folks.
Coming up.
Life has gotten a bit rougher for Rob Rausch since he won Traders. While he's doing a snake wrangling, which he was recording, he had all this, his face looked like hell warmed over. So he explained this, and it's a little upsetting.
I was being chill. A freaking dog ran out.
Be right back.
Life has gotten a bit rougher for Rob Rausch since he won Traders.
Did you mean to say rougher?
Well, that wasn't a reference to the dog.
I'm upset about this.
Yeah, but Rob he's a snake. I don't know how many people know this, but he's a snake wrangler.
Yep.
By trade down in Alabama.
Everybody wondered why did he have cuts on his head?
Right. While he's doing a snake wrangling, which he was recording, he had all this. His face looked like hell warmed over. So he explained this, and it's a little upsetting.
What happened? I was teaching my friend how to ride. He forgot his helmet. I gave him my helmet. I was being chill. A freaking dog ran out. I hit it, flew over the handlebars, got knocked out, concussion, but I think I'll be all right.
He had to explain it because he was in the middle of doing this video with the snake wrangling.
I can't even look at this.
So that's why he explained it. But everyone, I mean, obviously we could see that Rob is okay other than the face scars.
I want to know about the dog.
Want to know about the dog.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we want to know.
I'm upset about this. I mean, his face will heal.
Yeah, I mean, even with those scars, actually, it kind of looks hotter with those scars.
Not,
to be
okay,
honest,
that's not the information we're looking for.
Well, the dog is we don't know. He posted that he does not know because he blacked out when he hit the ground.
So he hit the ground that hard?
Know. Yeah, he said that it was a small bike and a large dog, so he assumes that the dog is okay. But we don't know that he is not.
Well, what we don't know also is this like a motorcycle bike or
we don't know that either. He said small bike.
So when he woke up, he was in the hospital.
Yes, he blacked out when he hit the ground. He had a concussion and obviously all those scratches.
If anybody knows about the dog, we would love to report that the dog is okay.
Hope the dog is okay.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Danielle in Atlanta. It's good that Rob is okay. I'm a dog lover, so I really hope that the dog is okay. So it would be great if someone had that information.
Yeah, no, we've been looking all morning and we haven't been able to find it.
If anyone out there has got the information on the dog, we would love to know what's going on.
What else you guys want to talk about?
Hi, Melody, Dr. Goldie from Atlanta. Hi, Charles. Hi, Harvey. Damn you, sir. He talked about it being a Democrat problem, and really it was a leadership problem, honestly, because he had the votes. He could have brought it to the floor. That's like convicting somebody of 34 felonies and never enforcing the sentence.
Yeah,
they had the votes.
At least better late than never, right?
I mean,
right.
it is all part of the process, but you just hope that they could make the process happen a little bit more efficient.
Then it would happen not 75 days with a shutdown.
Right.
One more.
Hi, I'm Julie Tice from Los Angeles. And speaking on AOC's comment, I have always said that the loudest homophobic presidents, politicians are gay, because from a psychology perspective, it's textbook projection. There's a reason why the Grindr app crashes whenever there's an RNC convention. So I think the question more so isn't if we've ever had a gay president, but it's when we'll have an openly gay president.
Correct.
Well, Pete Buttigieg is running, so
that was really what Charlie meant when he asked her that question. When will we have an openly gay president or a female president?
Right. She decided to make it so that we could talk about it on TMZ.
And we appreciate that.
Coming up.
I like this so much. Heather Locklear and Lorenzo Lamas are clearly a couple.
They have been for several months now, but we
look how
broke the story
happy. Look how happy they look. He's had some struggles. She's had some struggles, and the idea that
He's
they
been
look
married 5 times.
I know. 6 times the charm.
Be right back.
I like this so much. Heather Locklear and Lorenzo Lamas are clearly a couple. We got these pictures.
Oh yeah, they have been for several months now, but we
look
broke
how
the
happy.
story that
Look how happy they look. I mean, I gotta say,
it's one of those. It feels like a like a prom king and queen that years and years
Like
later,
30 years later.
30 years later,
I know.
they hook up and they live happily ever after.
And
which
he's had some struggles. She's had some struggles. And the idea that
he's
they
been
look,
married 5 times.
I know.
5 times.
I know.
But,
yes. I mean, just the fact that, I'll go back to the picture because they just look so happy. It's so nice.
This started, we discovered it around New Year's is when we first saw them together.
Right.
Apparently they'd been dating a few weeks before that. And they've met each other's families. Everything's going well, so.
6 times the charm. We'll see you tomorrow.